Hello everyone and welcome back. I drove up here to the farmhouse today from the campground, and yesterday Melissa got a hold of me and none of the regular channels on the TV worked. So I went up there and everything was fine on the antenna, but the line that come down from the antenna where it hooks up into a splitter, that had broken. So I went and got a new cable for that and got that hooked up and then scanned it and everything works. So then I thought, since I'm doing TV, I might as well get this one. I just had it zip tied to this, and the zip tie broke during one of the windstorms and blew the antenna off, and I thought the antenna was broke, but everything's fine on the antenna. It was just the zip tie, so I'm trying to hook this up differently. And then I've got this antenna, it's a antenna point app that shows me where the actual TV, the towers are. And the one that I have for the house points that way. And last year I just left this one like it was at the Cloquet campground when Melissa stayed there, which pointed that way. And there is one that direction, and we did get some channels, but I was looking at it here, and it looks like I can point it. I was afraid it would hit the roof of the house, but it looks like if I can get it positioned correctly, it's a much closer antenna. So I'm going to try doing it like this and see what happens. The only thing sucky about that is if it was like this, I can just fold this down and it's flat. Or like this, I can't. But, you know, we don't move the trailer all that far anyway. If I were to take it on another long trip, I would just remove this and put it up when we got there. It's Thursday night right now, and scheduled for this weekend tomorrow. They're supposed to come out and pump that back sewer system, so hopefully that will happen. And I guess I have some ideas of what I want to do, and we'll see what happens. There's a lot that I have to do. We'll just see what I actually get done. So I have to do, this has live TV. I had the same problem at the camper where it did the live TV for the antenna, but then it immediately goes into the streaming channels because we've got this hooked to the internet. And I don't want that. I like when that is totally separate. So, and I am not getting grit on here, which we get in the house, so I guess I can't remember. The one inside is a Vizio. I just did that one. And this is a Hisense TV, and I know how to do a Hisense when it isn't a Roku TV. Some of the stuff on the Roku is good. And the remote, absolutely horrible. On the side is where the volume is, and if I try to shut the TV off, my hand is always hitting here. So then it'll like hit the mute button and it won't shut off. It drives me up the wall. If they would come up with just a regular remote control with everything on the face, I would be much happier. Okay, this is how I did it. Hide streaming TV channels. I want to hide all of them. And now I want to scan for antenna channels and see what it'll pick up. No reason to scan for cable TV. So we got channel 3-1. Quest, KVJR, there's my. Oh, come on. There's grit. Yeah, okay, we're back. I wish it would tell me how many channels. This TV doesn't tell me how many channels I get, but I just added a lot by doing that scan. last time I ran this hose, but this hose is just a little bit short, so I picked up another one. All I wanted was a little 15-footer, and they didn't have it. All I had to buy was another 50-footer, and which works fine. It doesn't do anything for water pressure, but it takes so long for you to get cold water to the tap on a hot day that I tried to get a shorter one. I don't know if you guys remember in that last farmhouse video when I was working on this, I said I had a shorter hose at the other trailer, and I brought that back. It's never been used. I have to switch the end out to put the other end on each side like this, and if I can make that work, once I get that in there, there's going to be less of all this stuff going on because it's not so long. I'm not going to do that today. It's almost 8:30 right now, and it's been quite a week already, so a good night's sleep will help me out quite a bit. Good morning, everybody. Just out here pulling a few weeds. Decided to put the sprinkler on that front grass area because it's been 7 days now and not one drop of rain has fallen. So doing it today. Tomorrow is supposed to be no rain, and then the following day there's a possibility of a ½ inch of rain. So maybe that'll give it a couple of shots at some moisture. I should be on schedule still to get this looked at and pumped out today. I think it's going to be sometime this morning. I mean, they haven't called or anything, but it's not even 7 o'clock in the morning yet. Well, I have this old sink. We were doing a kitchen remodel where everything went into the dumpster. And I decided to save the sink, and it's just been sitting here. It was in the garage for a while, and then I put it out behind the garage. Anyway, what we want to do is just make a little plywood, little countertop that we can move around to sit outside. And I want to hook this up so I can just put just a water hose that would only have cold water. And then we would have an outside sink just to wash our hands or do whatever. It would be especially nice when we do crawfish boil or the shrimp boils and stuff because you get so grimy and you could wash up before you had to touch the doorknob. So I got some parts here, and I'm going to see if I remember right though, when it has this, doesn't have the 2 faucets, it only has the 1. If you hook up the cold and turn that on, it will go and shoot back out the hot. So I think I got some stuff to take care of that, and I'm going to take a look and see what we can do. Well, that should take care of the cold water. And then I'm just thinking that with the hot water side, if I got another one of these, this is a dishwasher adapter, but it works for this. If I hook this up to there, and then I take and screw a hose shut off into here, and then just shut it off, I should be good. If it doesn't shoot back out, I could put a double and have water going to both hot and cold, but there's no reason to if there's going to be no hot water. I wouldn't have needed to put a trap on this, but it was the only way I could find pieces that would connect and go down farther. There wasn't one here that would just directly hook up, not that I could find anyway. We're under a higher than a red flag fire warning today because it's like from 11 o'clock this morning until 8 o'clock tonight, because 20% humidity, windy, super dry, and that was just fire going by. So I don't see too many sirens go by this place. Not a bad looking little table to drop a sink into. Everything here is reclaimed from work, the sink, everything. So even the screws I'm using, I hate to use this type because I like to use the kind that have the T25 star head on it so it doesn't jump when you're using the drill, but all of these were pulled out of another deck and I'm just reusing them. Well, I got it pumped out. There's actually 2 tanks here. I don't know if they're both 1,000 gallon or 1,000 and a 500. Anyway, he got them pumped out. He explained a lot to me about the mound system. Real nice guy. Did a nice job here. I think I'm going to get him out before winter and inspect the mound that's on the house. It was inspected before we bought it, but you know, I wasn't dealing with those people. And actually, this person here, his dad and his brother or for sure the dad anyway, are the ones that built the original mound systems here. I don't know, probably built this one too, but for sure the one on the house. Right now it's a couple minutes after 12 and Melissa said at B&B Market they have their hamburger wagon or whatever. They're making burgers or whatever, and I want that for lunch. So I was just about to leave when he showed up, so I'm glad that I didn't, or I would have missed him. It's real hard to film anything today because it's so windy outside. That should be all hooked up. That's all I want right there, just for the water to run out on the ground. This sink is not going to get used that much. Well, Melissa got home from work, so I talked with her for a little while. And now that the sink is done, I need a fire pit. And if you guys remember, it's been more than a year ago, I brought these rocks and had them sitting up there and then hauled them back here, waiting to do a fire pit. But at that time, Melissa and I couldn't figure out, I know where I wanted it, and she was worried about the pine trees burning that were above it. And so now that the stumps are gone, we can put it there. But, and I keep putting off the fact that I have to clean out that workshop. I just don't even really want to start on that, but I probably will on Sunday. It's supposed to rain, and that would be a good day to get started on that. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. I'll start with that many and see how far that gets us. I can't remember if there's 27 rocks at the tent fire pit. I don't know why that number's in my head, but I got all these rocks from up by the tent. But eventually we're going to put in a more of a modern looking fire pit here with the landscaping blocks around the metal round thing. Because I already have my stone one up at the tent, but for now, this year or for the next couple of years, one of these is going to have to do. I was just over helping Melissa do a few things in the garden, but there's one little line of storms coming through, and I don't think we're going to get missed by this one. It's not very big, but it looks pretty dark. These fire pits, they always look, every time I've made one out of rock, they always look kind of stupid until you get the fire going and stuff and you kind of create your area. Then it starts looking good. Well, it's just about 9:30 at night. I'm gonna run inside and take a shower. We're just gonna let this sprinkler run all night on the strawberry patch. Maybe tomorrow night we'll start a small fire in the new fire pit. Good morning, everybody. I went out and kind of want to clean up that front garage some more, and there's all that cardboard sitting in there, so I thought, well, instead of moving it around, I may as well just spread some of it out on the garden and get it covered with some of this straw. Well, that's every usable piece of cardboard that I have, so looks like I have maybe a bale or a bale and a half that I need to get to put over the top of it. Melissa, she's cooking up a breakfast for lunch today. We were going to do something different and do the breakfast for lunch tomorrow, but we decided just to do it today. It's easy, and she has hash browns, and I've been wanting to try some hash browns that are cooked on that griddle. One of the long-time subscribers to this channel and Joe and Zach Survival lives maybe an hour, a little more than an hour from here north. And he's the one that gave me, I went up and tried to find that lake this winter and everything. And anyway, he's up with his girlfriend on a lake that's north of here. And there was a ton of crayfish out by the dock. So he put a couple of traps in yesterday and caught some, and then decided to leave them in overnight. And he's going to be here about 1 o'clock today. He's going to drop off what he caught. So looks like Melissa and I will probably be doing a crawfish boil tomorrow.
Pinpoint exactly what intelligence is. We really don't have to ask.
Well, Jeff stopped by and dropped off some crayfish. Probably 5 pounds, enough for a small little boil, so I'll probably boil those up tomorrow. Just finishing up with the last of this, since I have no more cardboard. Finishing up everything I can do with this. I'm glad to have as much done as I did get done. Tomorrow there is a 98% chance of 0.60 inches of rain. So with over a ½ inch of rain coming, all this loose, dry straw now that I put down, and it's all slippery and everything, will get real nice and wet and just flatten right out. These are off to a good start. I mean, we have just hundreds of strawberries started on here now. Got the potatoes weeded. That was another thing that was on my list of things to do this weekend. They need water pretty bad. Luckily these are planted real deep, so they're actually doing really nice. But with that rain coming tomorrow, I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna put a sprinkler on this and then have it put another ½ inch plus on it tomorrow. I'm just out here picking up in the garage, finally getting to doing some cleaning out here. Melissa and I were in there for quite a while ordering stuff. Like I had to get 100 or 150, I don't know how many I ordered, like a serving tray, and I wanted one that was a biodegradable paper, good one, because I don't want to do all those dishes, you know. So we ordered stuff like that, and then it's like, wow, it's almost 7 o'clock, so let's get out here and do some stuff. I started cleaning up in here, and then I was back here organizing the different heads that go on the weed eater or weed whipper, whatever you want to call it. And I had never used the one with the string, so I put that on and ended up going and trimming around some trees and stuff and spending about a ½ hour doing that. I guess I'm just having a hard time staying focused today, but stuff is getting done either way. Okay everyone, well the garage did not get finished tonight. Started the fire in the fire pit. Melissa came out here. So I had great company, cold beer, nice warm fire. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I brought the barbecue up here because I can barbecue right there and not get wet. Good morning everybody. A couple minutes after 8 o'clock. I'm running up to the store to get some stuff that we need for lunch today. When I woke up at 10 to 5 it was not raining, and then about 6 o'clock it started raining, and now it's kind of sprinkling a little bit. And they're still predicting a little over a half inch of rain by 9 o'clock tonight. All my shopping is done. It's starting to rain a little bit harder now. I let that come back to a boil and boil for 2 minutes, and now I just killed the heat. And we're going to just let this sit there and soak for about 20 minutes. When I was getting this just about ready to put the meat on and stuff, Sarah called. Today is Father's Day, and I haven't talked to her for quite a while, so there was a lot to talk about. At the same time, I'm like, I really need to get this meat on the barbecue. And you know, with the boil going, it's just something that you have to spend time on. So I got about 10 minutes in with her and I had to go. Then Melissa was talking with Brandon, her son, on the phone, and yeah, pretty busy morning. Well, lunch was a success. It was all really good. And this afternoon I'm just, I can't sweep the front garage because I'd have to take all the stuff out, and it's raining pretty good now. It has been we're up over a ½ inch so far. So I just decided to come out here and putz for an hour or two. Just starting this wall that has to go here, because I would like to get this all organized in the next couple of weeks. So instead of just sitting there watching Gilligan's Island on TV, I decided to come out here and get a little bit of something done. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. I actually have been inside with Melissa for about an hour. At least I got that door set. Now I'm going to come in here and have a wall that comes here and goes all the way across here, and then this gets removed, and then all of this is going to be shelves where I can put the tools. I have the spot for nails and screws, now I need a spot for tools. Once I get those shelves put in, which will be my next project, then it's not going to take all that long to get this organized. I just have a lot of tools that are sitting around here that need to go somewhere. That shelf system that come out of the hobby farmhouse, I know where I'm going to put that. Yeah, so then I can get this all nice and organized and back to normal. It's still raining out. It's been a fairly nice, slow, steady rain today. Last time I looked, we were at 0.86 inches. That's going to be really nice. I'm glad we didn't do much mowing or anything because the grass was starting to turn brown. But I bet next weekend this place is really going to need a good mowing. I will see you guys on the next video.